is only one war that matters, and it is here.
What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 7, Season 7 Finale Breakdown. So if you're new to the channel, please do drop a like, please do subscribe as well, because that last episode was absolutely mental. Now, that is some huge ramifications. I've done a review on that episode, which you can check out on my channel as well. And over the coming week, I will actually be discussing more of that episode in depth, because I actually watched it leaked, so I didn't actually cover too much of the stuff in depth, because the biggest thing there was the white dragon, which is a huge thing there, and I want to discuss that in depth a tad more, to be honest, and I will do this week, because now I don't have to risk spoilering everyone with a title, a description, and a thumbnail there. But this trailer, now it's very somber, which makes sense considering the nature of the last episode, which was episode 6, and that ended on a complete and utter downer. So we now know that Cersei is open to talk to everyone at Dragonstone. We now know that Jon Snow is willing to bend the knee when he's feeling better, and they will actually open up a discourse between each other. So the forces of King's Landing, the Lannisters, and of course the Dragonstone people as well, they are wanting to actually discuss terms, because now they have the White Walker, which they can use as proof against Cersei, albeit I expect she will be like, this is just simply a trick or whatever, but I guess the evidence just will be too compelling. However, here we see the Unsullied here again. We see Grey Worm, which I think he might actually meet his end in this episode, because as you can see here, we have the entire army with him as well. So the entire army of the Unsullied. Not sure if that's the whole of the Unsullied there, to be honest, but it does look like quite a lot of them. And we can see all of the ships here surrounding what seems to be King's Landing. And it looks like, to be honest, you can see a Greyjoy banner there. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the Daenerys sort of navy that she has, or this is simply Euron's navy, which crushed the rest of them. But Theon and Varys and the Dothraki there. So it does to me look like this is going to be the full force of Daenerys' navy as they descend upon King's Landing. Obviously, we're going to see some sort of actual debate and discussion about what we're actually going to have moving forward, and will we see the groups of the Game of Thrones actually come together for once, which I expect will actually happen. And you can see Bronn here as well with Jaime Lannister, and it's not looking that good for them whatsoever as they stand on the wall. And I fully expect that this is obviously King's Landing. It makes complete and utter sense that this is, because we last saw them there as well, and they're going to just be like, you know what, we are screwed. Now, I find it a bit weird that the Navy is here as well, because obviously last time the forces of poor old Daenerys, her navy forces went out, they were destroyed. So it's a bit inconsistent there, to be honest. Let me know what you think in the comments. But of course we see Sansa here as well, looking very somber as well. Complete somber mood there, isn't it? And now Sansa has every reason to be completely somber and really emo and moody here, because she is feuding with her sister, which she is yet to find out that has been engineered by Littlefinger, and I do hope that she does find that out, and I expect we'll get some sort of resolution there, and the sisters will actually prevail and finally actually like and get on with each other, which is something which needs to happen, to be honest, if you are going to have this huge war that is coming. We see a little boat here and someone go into the ground. I can't really see who that actually is. I'm not sure. The outline looks a bit like Gendry there, or it could be Theon, but Theon was in a previous part of this trailer. So we see Cersei walking towards the Dragon Pit, which is completely and utter metal as fuck. And it reminds me actually of the Colosseum of Rome, which I went to recently. And it does look a lot like that, to be honest. It is something which was mentioned here on the show previously, and it's also been mentioned in the books, most notably on the show when they were talking to the Ed Sheeran character and the weird kind of kid from This Is England, and they mentioned that they didn't even see the Dragon Pit of King's Landing, which is quite a big thing here in King's Landing. And the Dragon Pit, simply put, is the Dragon Pit, is where the Targaryens kept their royal dragons. And funny enough, it actually has quite an interesting history and storied history, as the Dragon Pit is a former Great Sept, which was known as the Sept of Remembrance, and it was supposed to be the main one in King's Landing, and there was a faith militant uprising during the reign of Maegor the Cruel, and he sat on Balerion and then destroyed it with fire, which is something we've seen a Sept be destroyed with fire as well, funny enough that. And then it was then simply kept for a place for them to keep their dragons, which is quite big there, to be honest. I think that's pretty cool. A nice little addition there of having that history. And it is pretty cool that we get this kind of King's Moot sort of thing here. And you can see Cersei really kind of keeping control of this because it is on her home turf. And Jon Snow is saying that, well, there's only one battle left. They have a proper war to tend to, not this kind of pithy little squabble over the Iron Throne. And it's going to be cool to see where this will go. And I expect that the alliance won't go to plan, because obviously it is incredibly imbalanced towards Cersei. Cersei is on the back foot here, and I expect her to actually kind of really turn her back on these people and screw them over, try and get their armies to be thinned out so she can take over the throne as well. Now, I expect she probably will take the Golden Company. She will buy the Golden Company as well to use them in her war and use them to really destroy some of these armies at some point as well. And I can't see Cersei keeping her word whatsoever. However, let me know what you think in the comments. Please drop a like and subscribe, because that is it for this video. I'm really excited for this finale. I will be providing some more Game of Thrones content throughout the week as well. So please do hit that bell button to get notifications. And I'll see you soon, and goodbye.